This is the doll that will be the subject of our live stream. I will be recreating the dress. She is wearing a cute little slip and she has some panties. Now this doll is a porcelain doll, but she's wearing the iconic happy birthday dress. I'm not going to guess at the number. So in the meantime, I will be giving some time to wait for a couple of people to join us. And in the meantime, this is what you're going to be needing. You're going to be needing some scissors, some ribbon for the middle part. Oops, my lace. Some lace, and I will be showing a hack how to do a very small lace. Some fabric for the top and fabric for the bottom. So the fabric from the bottom, I'll get it in just a sec. I do want to get a gingham, and I am looking around me. That's why you hear my voice coming and going. So I will be changing the thread, and that was one of the things that I was doing right now. Later on, I will be doing another live stream. Oops, that was my hand getting caught. So this will be starting in about a couple of minutes. It's a lot of things that need to be in such a small little area, which is the little sewing desk area. And I'm being very careful. So hopefully everybody is getting a notebook, or you can also use the video itself just to go back and forth to create this wonderful little iconic dress. You can use the pattern for the next dress, and I will try my best to, when I finish this video, I will try my best to get the pattern and put it in a free download where you're going to have the same size top and the sizing for the skirt. So without further ado, I think we're going to get started now. And it's been quite a little while, so let's get to it. So the first thing is to get a piece of paper, and we're going to draft ourselves the body. I already have mine done, but for the sake of showing you exactly how to do it, I will be doing that as well. I will be doing it again to show you. So I just wanted to make sure right now. I was checking to make sure that my voice was on. I think you heard myself there. So I wanted to make sure that the voice is on, because I've had a couple of instances that that's one of the things I was doing. I had an instance where I was doing it, and so that's my little jingle bells. I am moving something along so that I can draft, and then there goes my pencil, so I can draft and then do the sketching for the bottom. So I'm getting two different things. I do have regular tissue paper, but I'll be using tracing paper. You can also use cooking wax paper. That works really swell. So let's put her to the back. You'll be able to see her. See her there? You'll be able to see her as I'm sewing. So I'm getting another skipper, and let's check the bobbin because we're going to get started. Oh yeah, I need some thread. Look at that. I'm almost done. So while I'm doing this, doing the top, you're going to allow some room, and I'm going to do two different things so that it could be very easy for you. Hopefully it's not complex. So I'm getting myself a new piece of paper right here. And going along. I just dropped my pencil, so I'll be getting that too. So you get yourself your doll. In this case, we're getting ourselves our little Skipper. There's mine right there. I'm going to draw her whole body. You don't need her whole body, but since I'm putting it in paper, I might as well. And I can't find my pencil, so I will be doing this with a pen. So here's the body. So you trace it if you want. You trace all the way. I use pencil, but I might as well be using this. What we want is the body. Hi, thanks for joining. You can do this with your Blythe, and let me go higher so you can see the whole body. So I do this for two reasons. I'm doing this with a pen so that you can see it, and because my pencil, oh, I have another one here, but I want you to be able to see it actually. Then you lift it up so that you know exactly where her the body point is if you want to do something else like pants. So by doing this, you get the gist of it. You will notice that I went along twice, and you have to be careful that the pen does not touch your doll, because then you're going to have a pen mark. So for the sake of this video and for you, I'm doing it with pen, and I can't get Skipper out of here quick enough. So there she is. Here is the body. So I'm going to put Skipper here. I did the head just in case you want to be able to do the head. So we are going to design the top. And the top is a basic little sleeveless and a high enough neck. And we're going to do it a little bit underneath the waist. So here's the body. Here's the waist. And here's the neck. So you do first, and you want to stay close to the neck, because when we sew it, we're going to do a fold. So I'm going to go this quick. So you're going to do the little, let me do it with, oh, where did I put it? Right here. Let's do it with pink so that you can see the difference. So you do the little under. Okay. Here are her shoulders. So we're going to go high. We're going to go high because when we sew it, we're going to come back down right here. And here's her little armpit. This is exactly where you want to be. So you want to go a little bit more over, because then we're going to fold and we want to end up here. You want to go lower, because when we sew it, we're going to end up right around here. And the waist. Here is the waist, so we want to go a little bit so that when we sew, we're going to be right there. And you kind of guess the middle right there. And then I will show you a little hack where we're going to add the back. So now that we have that, I'm going to get my tissue tracing paper. Okay, here we go. And we're going to get started on tracing this and then making our top. So this is going to be just a couple of minutes. I'm dropping things everywhere. Here's the tracing paper. And I'm going to give myself extra room because I want to be able to attach that right there. Yeah, right around there. Because I want to use the same paper to attach it. So I'm going to trace this down just as it is right here. And you notice I'm holding this up. Oops. That was very bad at me. So let's go do the mock-up just to show us where the sewing is going to be. And if you want to do that, that's going to tell you that you're going to be tracing it. So I'm going to do this again. But this piece right here, I'm going to cut it right now. So I'm going to cut this, and this is where I'm going to show you that we're going to be doing the back. It's going to be the exact same. Okay, so there we are in the middle. But because this is going to be the back, we're going to give ourselves a little bit more. So we're just going to give ourselves a little bit more right there because this is going to be the fold. With a little bit of tape and cutting this, we are going to be making ourselves, oh, you know what? No, that's good. I thought I didn't give myself extra. We need to get extra. So here is, yeah, I thought I didn't give myself extra. So we're going to do this. I'm going to test it out, cut the material, and because the dress is not lined, I'm not going to line it, but I'm going to do it with my tool, which is my hand. Oops, where did I get my tape? My handy dandy tool. So I have tape. Here is what we just designed. This is the back. We want to get the sleeve along with the sleeve. And notice what I'm doing here. I'm not going to put it on the tip. I'm going to put it as if I already sewed it together. That is going to give us the correct space right there. Okay. See that? That is a space, and I overlapped it as if I was sewing it. So now that I have this together, I'm going to fold it in half, and that's going to give me a one piece. And we are going to cut ourselves our pattern right there. Try this at home with tissue paper. When you cut this, you always are giving yourself a little bit more. So let's cut it. And then I'm going to get the fabric and work on this right away. All right. So there it is. I know I was yapping for a couple of minutes. You're going to become great at making your own pattern. So let's cut it from the back. It's not, I could put this on top of Skipper, but since it's paper, it's not going to be giving us the best, it's not going to be giving us the best results to see if this is good, because it won't be able to fold like fabric, but let's give it a try. And this is going to let us know if it's enough fabric. So there we go. I barely have enough. So you do this at home. I barely have enough, so I'm going to give myself a little bit more. The top is right there. And this is what I'm talking about. It's not going to be giving you the best, but it's going to be giving you an idea of where you are with your pattern. And in the back, I gave myself enough. So I'm going to tell myself just to give myself a little bit more. I'm going to put a bit more. And over here, I'm going to put skipper. So I'm telling myself next time I use this, hey, you better give yourself a little bit more. So here is our fabric. I have been cutting on it on a fold. So since I'm going to be using the middle part and putting the little little lace in there, you can see the fold. It's going to cover it, so it's going to be good. That way I'm going to have two, and I know this is going to work. So let me put this on a fold here. And I'm going to cut this. I will be doing one, and then I'm going to be having the second to be sewing that later. So and then you're going to see how I'm going to give myself more right over here on the side. Okay, so this little star is on the way. So let's cut our piece. Look how much more I'm going to give myself. That's going to secure. And if I do it here, I'm going to have to do it in the back. So no mistake is rewarded, because we become better when we make mistakes. We know what to do, how to fix things. So my cutting is not going to be exactly like the pattern, because I'm in a little restricted area where the machine is and the camera is. So I am restricted to the room. I give myself a little bit of space, even though I didn't here in the back, but I can always adjust that. So that little star is giving me trouble, so sorry. And I have to be mindful to include you in the cutting. So there it is. I gave myself enough room. Let's do a mock-up fold. Oh, look at that. It came out right. So here is our top, and I'm going to get the bottom. Oops. I'm going to get the bottom, and I wanted to get me a measuring tape too. So let's see. Hopefully I have my gingham where it's supposed to be. I'm going to be using the bigger one instead of the smaller one. And let me get myself a measuring tape. I have so many, but wouldn't you know it, when I need it, they're all over the place. Okay. So let's get Skipper, and let's give you the... Oh, dropping things here. So I'm giving myself a little bit more because for the sewing allowance. So she's porcelain. I don't want to take her out of there. So we are going to get 3.5. It might be a little bit longer. And I am going to take her out now. Okay. I had a couple of things in my dog's bed, her day bed. So let's start from the back. So 3.5, and I'm giving myself allowance. Oh, goodness. So let's be traveling here. We're traveling with the skirt. And I'm going to go until the middle and then double that. So it's 7.5. So 15 inches. So 3.5 by 15. Oh boy, I'm making a mess of this, getting her in here. All right, there we go. I think this is happening because I'm being very careful with her. All right, so 3.5 by 15. All right, so welcome everybody. So here I'm going to cut the skirt. That's 15 right here. I'm just going to give myself a little bit more. By 3.5. 3.5 is more than enough. It's going to allow me to sew and then fold it over. So and I'm going to put this in here too. Within the same pattern, I put how much I need. 3.5 by 15. So I'm looking at my gingham. The great thing about stripes is if it's straight, you can cut all the way through straight with the pattern line. And that's what I'm going to do. I could also like rip it, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to, for whatever reason, maybe rip it. So this is going to be quick enough and we're going to get started. So for the first, what is this? Almost, for the first 20 minutes, you can literally make your own pattern with your doll in 20 minutes and get started on sewing your dress. It's fun. Give it a try. It doesn't always work out, but if your first draft doesn't happen, that is why. There is a saying, we're going to go back to the drawing board. The most important thing is to give yourself enough room with the drawing, which is flat. When you draw, you have to allow the seam and for the doll itself. So I'm going to put this along, and where did it go? Here to go. We're going to get started and sew our little dress. So it's already in half. Even though I have the line here, I'm going to cut on the edges. That is going to tell me exactly where the middle is because I am going to be sewing that little. Oh, look, it's only one. I thought I was going to have two. Boy, I am really asleep, let me tell you. So I'm just looking at my things here. So we are going to be doing the preparation for the middle part. So I'm going to sew this and show you a very quick hack. So we're going to go like this. So I'm going to cut it. Oops, I almost lost it. And then sew this piece together. And then we're going to be putting the, let's see here. has to be the same. I could go ahead and gather it, but that would take too long. We're just doing this to see. All right, changing the lighting here for us, for all of us. I hope that this is better. I was watching my own video and made the realization that it seems it just was coming out really far. So I'm getting adjusted to having this camera basically on my nose. Oh, this is gray. So it's okay. It's gonna get covered. So the fabric, the lace, I mean the thread is gray, but it's okay. It's going to be covered, and I'm going to fix it in just a short minute. I didn't cut it. It's a little bit awkward for me, so I'm getting used to having the camera here. Maybe there would be better. All right. I'm going to use this pale pink. It should be good enough. It comes out as, you know, light. And I'm going to move Skipper a little bit over. Welcome everybody that is joining us. We have people coming and going as the video is coming along. And I really do appreciate you being here with me. And also appreciate you being watching the post live stream. And like I said, I'm getting used to having the camera on my nose. So it's on my face. So I am looking at this to an angle. And in a way, with my age, it's affecting my eyesight too. So here we have, let me see here. I'm getting the best part right here. Here we have our lace. And we're going to be doing the middle part. So I am just going to sew across it, because if you sew it on, you're going to get double. You're going to be getting double thread. So this is a little hack. All you want is to have the trim in here in the middle, and then we will place it in with the blouse. If you want to put little ruffles, go ahead. It's going to be a little bit harder. It's not harder, it's just a little bit more work. But I want to breeze along the video for the sake of everybody out there watching this. So now I'll put this right in the middle. And you could put pins in here. What I want to do is place it right in the middle. That little fold is helping me. So as soon as I start, it's going to be okay. And believe me, if you can see me, my head is bopping to the right and left because I have the phone right in the middle. There, that looks so beautiful. Look how pretty this is. Isn't that nice? And we only have one stitch instead of 2 or 3. So just place it on the top and on the bottom, and we will be good to go. I am looking for my trusty tool, which I'm getting here along the side. Oops, just dropped it. So it's a very simple tool. And what I do is I'm going to cut little strips. Okay, that should be enough for my neck. I'm going to take a sip of coffee and we're going to get going. Let me show you. Let me see. I'm not doing any advertisement, but I'll show you. When I would take my daughter to, I think it was Fanime, and to SakuraCon, we would pass from LA to going up north, and we would stop at Anderson and have something to eat there. So that's my favorite coffee mug. All right. So I'm going to put the tool along. One of the things about doing live stream, and I'm sure some of you are thinking right now that I could put this back and zoom it in. I can't do that. I haven't been able to do that. I can do it if I'm recording on my phone, but not on live stream. So I am very careful to hug the curb on both the neck and the armpit, but especially on the neck, because that is going to be setting my little coloring line, if you will. It's going to be setting the line, and everything follows it from that first moment. And I know that this is exact because I cut that on a fold. So the pattern on the neck is exact. Hi, welcome. We are just getting started on doing the Skipper's little happy birthday dress. All right, so just got done with the neck. That looks painful and awkward. It's very wide enough to where I don't have to clip this right now. I may need to do it. Oh, I will do it after when I start doing the fold. So again, I am hugging the curb here. And this is a part where you do want to be careful. Oh, I just barely have enough. And you see how it turns? Where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay. What happened to my other lace? Here it is. My other lace, my other tool. So we are prepping this so that we can do the folds. And believe it or not, we are going to be done with this dress probably in 20 minutes. So let's see. Let's see if we can finish this before the hour. The panties, the socks, and the hat take extra time. So that's going to be another video, another live stream. Plus, I need to get these supplies. And the most important thing was starting on time. You know, Jayla, I love that doll. I have one. I almost bought a second one. I don't know exactly what happened. But at least I try to have at least one of a vintage doll. All right. So now that I have my tool in place, I'm going to be cutting along the sides of the, oops, I got to make sure not to cut the tool right now. You got to be careful because you don't want to cut into the actual. So there it is. Have one more to go. This is going to be very cute, a rendition with the pink gingham in reference to the Barbie movie. I know people are getting sick of it, but I love gingham. And I have a lot of it, so I think this is going to be cute. I think it's going to be a very cute variation. Okay, so I went ahead and cut the little easement there. And now we're going to get ready to sew this and sew this together. Here. I'm holding the tool back. What I always say is when I'm sewing these careful areas, slow and steady. We are not in a race, and this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a very clean, crisp end, like that. And now we're going to do the other one. The smaller the doll, the more your eye goes into these little areas. I mean, Barbie is considered small. Talk about Ruth Handler setting the standards on Barbie. Just fabulous vintage patterns. Fabulous dresses for Barbie. You know, some of them even have real fur. And they have the prettiest small scale metallic. So there we go. So looks a little bit bumpy, and that's because it's cotton, but all you have to do is massage and see, it's almost like ironing it. So now for the neck. Let me see. I'm taking it here to cut it a little bit closer. My dog already ate, so she's always here right next to me. Oh, no. So, are you anticipating to test this out on Skipper to see how it looks? Or do you want to see it on her when it's all done? Let me know. Right now, I'm just being very careful. As I mentioned, I'm going back and forth over here for me to have the best view to do this. I hear my presser foot squeaking, so it's time for some. And look at that. Look how pretty that is. So it was looking that it was a really close hug. So I am folding it here. So it is like barely, it just looks a little bit smaller, but it's pretty good. So now I'm going to, let me see if I need any, yeah, I need to cut this a little bit. I'm going to do this now because once this is sewed together, it's more dangerous to do this trimming when the dress is sewn together along the pits, because it's dangerous because I might cut into the fabric. So I got to do this right now, and I'm also doing that and being very extra careful not to cut the fabric. There, I think that's good enough. So we're going to connect the sides. I see a little bit of tulle there. I'm going to sew it with the serger here along the side, so I will be away for just a minute. You'll be able to hear the little serger machine going. Let's try this on Skipper to see. I mean, it looks like it's wide enough. She has plenty of room, and it's a really nice tightness. And this plan is enough for the back. Right here is where the middle is. So we have more than enough in the back. So I'm going to sew this part so that we have a nice clean finish. Moving my things along. Did not prepare, well, let me see. It's just because I have lace here and it kind of got stuck in the way. So here we go. Let's see. I'm just checking this because I did thread this. I hope it's not getting stuck. All right. I gotta think of something there. Okay, here we go. It looks much better. It's going to keep the thread. And I'm going to I'm going to wait to do that when I have the skirt. So look at this. Let's see if we can do the bow right now. All right, do your little bunny ears. And what I'm looking for right here is a very tight little bow. This is a little bit thicker. So here it is, and I want it even smaller. There. All right, that's good enough. So let's design that. Later on, I'm going to put, let me see, am I out of thread here? Okay. Let's do the little bow, and then we're going to attach the bottom. Sorry, I had that to my comfort. I had that over to the side to my benefit and comfort. Now I get to struggle with everybody watching. This is a very big needle eye, and I have to guess that it's a fuzzy. So let me do the tie, and we're going to put the bow just so that we can have the bow done when we attach the skirt. It's going to be a fabulous little moment. Okay, so since this is, what side do I like the best? I actually like this side the best. What size is the best here? I think that one is the best. So I'm going to, this is the part that's going to be touching the fabric, so extra secure, and I'm going to put it right there. That's a cute little bow, cute little dress. It's coming along just perfectly. You can get your doll and design this. If you do, please let me know in the comments if you tried this out for your skipper. Let me know your experience. I would love to hear from you. So let's move this here to the side. There we go. So now it's time to do the skirt. Oh, I still have the pin on there. So I'm going to sew it and then double fold it and sew this through. I am not going to be using the serger. Don't want to leave you alone for too long. Okay, so I am going to loose the thread And we are getting ready to sew the top and gather this beauty. Oops. Notice how the sound is different? That's because it's loose. These are going to be my threads where that I'm going to use as I'm going to create the gather. So let's do it right here. I don't want to lose the thread. All right, so here I'm going to get the top of this one, and I want to get the top of the other one, and I'm going to start getting the gather. This is the best way to do it, to have a very beautiful, precise hold on your gathering. Okay, so I got both. Now I'm just going to take it all the way. I got a snag here, so I'm going to have to get it from the other side. Okay, so let's try doing it from here. I was looking for my okay, so I have it there for the top. Let's do this one. All right. Okay, I'm doing it here because there's a little, I don't know what's blocking it. Okay, so I know it's going to change, but that looks so beautiful already. So when I connect these two, I'm going to be sewing the edge or the side together. That way it's going to be uniform. Okay, let's look at it here. And look at that. It's basically precise. So much thread here. So I'll handle that later. I'm kind of like placing it down, because when it's like that, you really can't see it. So it's almost like ironing it. I wonder if I can hold this. This takes time because you want to make sure that having it all uniform, it's not too tight on one side like it's showing right here, and not tight enough on the other. So that's what I'm trying to do, putting most of it in the middle where you can see. All right. Let me see. I don't think that that's holding it, but something is. Oh yeah, that's the area where it's holding it. It got stuck. Okay, it's really hard. I don't want to pull it too much because I might break the thread. So let's put it back and kind of like on this part towards the end. Let me see here. This is definitely, to me, the most important, so that it is, you're seeing it in front of your eyes. Let's see there. And this is where you're controlling it. And if it looks right here, it's going, when you sew this, it's going to be right when you flip it inside out, or when you flip it to the other side. So there. Okay, so I am happy. If you say, are you happy? Yeah, I'm happy now. Just a little bit more. There. I want to keep that down because it's kind of like facing up. So there we go. So I am satisfied. I am happy the way the thread is, and now we're going to sew it. It does take time, but it's so important to have this part right. And I am going to sew through and be mindful of the needles. Don't want an accident here. And you're going to see me massaging this through. I'm always going like this to see where the needle is at. And I took one out. Let's get this on this side. You know, because of this, I love smocking, but I have never tried it. Hello and welcome. All right, so we are done. A funny thing is when I'm concentrating, I swear I don't breathe. So there is this part. There is the fuzzy, the very fuzzy. And let's get like a preview. Look how beautiful this is. This part right here, we're going to take it out. So I'm going to make last roundup of thread, and I'm going to cut this out. I'm going to help my serger. It does have a blade, but I am helping it by doing this. All I'm going to do is just sew through. Oh, just a couple of seconds to an hour, so I was just about right. So I'm going to put the serger there, and doing the ruffle takes time. And since I'm here, I'm going to do the sides too. we are going to have the reveal in just a couple of seconds. I went ahead and did the side too. So let me massage this through. My threading is loose. I just rethreaded another color cone, and I need to go ahead and tighten it up. That's why it looks like that. It's kind of loose. So I'm going to sew this together. Let's get just a little sneak preview. Look at all that flare. I'm going to sew it a little bit more there so that we just don't have one. I just did one, so I'm going to do the other right now. But before I do that, I am massaging that through. This is very light cotton, so that is another reason it's giving out such a beautiful flare. What happened to my... They get buried. They get buried, my thread ripper, from project to project. So let's see how it is right now. This is the second. I'm going to do it from the middle. So I'm going to get rid of this. We just need one. Let's do it from behind. Let's do it from behind the scene. See that? And take the remaining. This is where it got stuck, this area right here. Don't know exactly what happened, but it happens. So just going through the last few cosmetic bullet points of what sewing is, or what you need to do to get certain things like this. So now that we are done, I don't need it. And you hear my dog? That is my 1 hour mark that she waited patiently enough. I think I have to do the calculations. I forgot. You know, 1 hour is like 8 hours for her that she waited. She waited a whole day. All right. Let's do the cosmetics here. Just going through, and it just looks so beautiful. I really, truly love this. I thought I cut two, but it's okay. So let's make sure that everything is on point. So here is the top. It's equal to the middle point, and it is equal to the bottom. So with that final inspection, I'm going to sew this together here. Put this on Skipper and see her with her brand new birthday dress. And now I am going to dress her up. Oh, this is so beautiful. I'm going to pin the I'm going to pin the bow so that it doesn't move, because this is very hard. This is very hard ribbon style. So thank you everybody that is here with me until the end. The hole is, oop, what happened here? What happened here? Maybe I don't have enough, it looks very dark for me, so I might be running out of battery. Maybe I started in such a hurry. So there we go. It's a little bit lower than I wanted, but I can definitely sew it, and it should be more like at the middle. We do need actually the ribbon. So let me put the ribbon here. And I think that's going to look great on her right there. So what I need to do now is fix this little bow, put the ribbon in here, and do the live stream. I mean, excuse me, do the little short. So thank you so much for being here. I will do a short with Articulated Blythe modeling this, and we'll see you in the next video. There will be another live stream coming up, and it's going to be for Barbie and for Francie. And what I love best is retro mod with retro mod fabric. Hope to see you in that one. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. There's a lot more coming up, more live streams, more how to do it yourself, and more handmade fashion. Everything that I do is listed at my Ko-fi shop, and eventually gets cross-listed to my other. Have a great one. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.